Hey, this is DM Allen. Thanks for joining us once again for another week of awesomeness. Let's just get it started.
Last time on Roll with Advantage.
I have grave news. It seems you have upset the wrong dragons. There's 4 dragons heading towards Everland.
The army is done retreating at this point. They are now at the front of the 3 trenches, and they are taking up defensive postures.
Kyo's army keeps attacking the dragon.
The army has completely forfeit, and the Zentarum forces are going through and coup de grace. Describe how your silverware kill it.
They fly into the hole in the neck and come out other parts of the dragon.
All right, so here's what happens.
And I say in a quavery voice, I say, you leave my dad alone.
So am I an honorary member of Orca Team 6 now?
Yes.
HG2.
Well,
Yeah, you're HG2.
HO1.
HO1. All right.
Huge orc one.
See, I've thought of some acronyms, because that could be FO1.
Fucking orc one.
Yeah. Fiery or fuck off.
So with Kenyon not being a giant, is it now Orca Team 5.5?
And it becomes a sitcom type movie thing, and yeah, Charlie Sheen's in there.
5.5 giants.
For a few seasons, and then he cokes out. And
Yeah.
gets fired and replaced. And...
Crack got blood.
So that was who played Jet.
Owlbear blood.
Owlbear blood.
That's a secret.
Oh. All right, let's get going here. So why don't we go around the table and just describe what you guys were doing for the 10 days?
I'll start out.
Okay.
So, presumably the ship is being worked on. I'll kind of leave that to other people, / Kenyon. But Tin is like super tunnel vision focused on finding those vampires, because she's pretty sure they either didn't evacuate or they evacuated and then came back with everyone else, and they have to be burned out like a disease that just needs to be exterminated.
Okay.
Exterminate.
Sorry.
So she would have targeted the local taverns around sunset, twilight.
Yep.
Just to kind of scope places out, hear what people are saying, any sort of like reports of weird things in certain areas.
Okay. Why don't you give me a perception check?
25.
25. So yeah, with a 25,
I find their exact layer and all their numbers and
I think you spend most of the time like at a bunch of different taverns, and you haven't gotten any leads yet. And then the final night of the 10-day, you're sitting there in the tavern at the Danavar's house. You're sitting there just kind of listening in like you have been, and you start to notice Drawl, the proprietor. He's speaking in hushed tones to this shady-looking person. You can hear or make out little bits and pieces about a delivery that's going to be showing up in the basement, and how they've gotten 6 of them, and Drawl asks if it's any of the missing ones.
sounds intriguingly suspicious.
Yes.
Shady looking person meaning someone who seems to be keeping to the shade.
No,
Chick.
has a cloak on, has the hood pulled.
He said it was gonna be like an hour from now or something, or it was now. It was
Just there was no time frame. It was just that a shipment was coming in. Basically.
shipment was coming in. Okay.
Yep.
I would probably try to follow the barkeep when he's done with his shift to see if I could find out where the shipment's coming from, like if he was going to talk elsewhere, because presumably it's in the basement of the bar.
Okay.
And fail that, I would tell everyone that they should join me.
Okay.
Because I'm ready to crack some heads.
Yeah. So what happens is Drawl actually lives here. So after his shift, he goes upstairs and he lives in. He goes to one of the rooms. You're kind of. I think you're kind of feeling defeated after this, right? Like he's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And after about an hour or so, just chilling downstairs in the tap room, Drawl comes down and he leaves. He leaves through the front door, and you sneak off to follow him. He heads towards Bell Market, and he starts moving through the crowd, just talking with some of the vendors and stuff like that. Give me one more perception check, please.
12.
So, Drow doesn't seem to be doing anything else shady. He talks to a couple vendors a little long and ends up getting like some packaged meats, like big brown paper wrapped around him with twine and stuff, and he starts heading back towards the inn with like just his hands full of like supplies for the inn.
Mm-hmm.
So, who wants next?
Are the Harpers somewhat organized again?
Yes, after these 10 days, the Harpers have reorganized, and a human has taken over as acting commander, basically. It's a female human named Shelly. She was the art mage's like number one, like best student.
Okay.
The Archmage has kind of hung it up. He's still healing and stuff like that, and you'd suspect that he's probably under advisement.
Okay. This training for perception.
Mm-hmm.
How long would that have taken, and could I have done that during this 10 days?
I think over 10 days, you could do training. It's going to cost you a bit of gold, but that's not going to be a problem for you
Not
guys.
worried about gold.
So it's going to be 100 gold pieces, 10 gold per day, and you train with one of the resident rogues, Jasper, and he just kind of shows you the ropes on like how to people watch, and a lot of your time is spent in the Bell Market. Why don't you give me a perception check? It's your final day of training, and Jasper has pointed out a mark for you. The idea is for you to collect as much information as you possibly can.
Do I count as proficient at this point in my training?
Yeah, I think so. This is a final
Neat.
test.
9.
9?
I rolled a 4.
Oh, okay.
And it would have been a 4.
Okay.
So.
All right.
You're really good.
Yeah. Jasper kind of hangs his head after you have a little bit of trouble finding the person that he was pointing to. I mean, it's a pretty busy market, so it is kind of tough to just pick out the person he's describing. But after you do, you see it's Drawl, and he's holding a bunch of packages that he's carrying back to the Danavar house, and you notice not so sneakily behind Drawl is Tin, just kind of like casually walking. She looks like she's trying to gather information from him. That's about it.
Okay.
Next.
Kenyon, I don't really remember, but apparently I kept a log, and I don't write, so it's more pictures.
Oh gosh.
Let me interpret. Day 1, drunk. Day 2, drunk.
Is it like an orc face with like X's for the eyes?
Oh yeah.
3 X's for the eyes.
Yeah.
Wait.
3 X's.
Let me guess. Day 3, drunk.
Orca team tattoo. Day 4, note the difference here. Itchy and drunk. Day 5, met with Brickleworm? Day 6, blackout. Day 7, horse cuddles. Day 8, head hurts from headbutt. Day 9, I can't remember. Day 10, jail cell.
So you come to in your jail cell, and you find only 2 things in your pockets. You find just this little picture journal, and then you find a small crinkled up note that says meet me at the pit, V.
Haha. What's this say? I understand this one, but not this one.
Can your guy really not read?
Oh, I can't read.
Nice. Okay. So yeah, you have some arcane tome in your pocket, and then a picture book.
It must be magic.
Yep. Bon.
To do the thing I want to do, I have a request for the party.
A request?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need some moolah.
How much precisely are we talking about?
Well, why don't I tell you my idea, and we'll go from there. So I want to set up a Obsidian Flame franchise.
Franchise opportunities available.
In the town. Heroes for hire. Hiring about 3 people per store. And the business would primarily be one of whatever is necessary for the town. So if there's giant mountain spiders attacking, they would go and clear out the mountain spiders.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to apply for this job.
If old ladies, Mrs. Mittens is stuck up a tree, they chop the tree down and get Mrs. Mittens.
Pickles.
Or pickles. I mean, there are more than one old lady in the town. So the function that would serve us, however, is news gathering. So if we ever returned, they would provide us with the recent goings-on. It would also supply us with quick manual labor if we ever needed hands while we're in town. And it would also improve our worldly renown.
So who would be in charge of this place? We can't just...
Question mark?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Horvash.
My thought would be we leave Staravash behind to set it up. He sets it up, and as soon as he hires a bunch of whores,
there goes all that money.
As soon as he finds competent help and people to run the business, then he could catch up with us wherever we might be.
Or you could decide to stay there still.
We would set up one of these in each major city that we visit.
I'd be kind of down for that.
How much do you need?
There's the question.
Depending on, yeah.
Disguised as Ford E7, I would approach the town masters and be like, I'm a representative of the Obsidian Flame. We'd like to open up a small storefront, and it basically explain what I just explained, and request a building for purchase.
It's the high elf that talks to you. He says, seeing how you've helped our town so much, what we'll do is, I'm sure there's going to be shops that are abandoned at this point. Either people don't want to come back or, already died. So we can set you up with one of those shops. But we are not going to give any discount. It will be 5,000 gold pieces for all of your permits and for any things that you might need to use to build the shop back up to standard. So yes, we'll get you taken care of. probably a couple days later, a squire finds you, or a page finds you, and you get a paper with a address on it, and it's 776 Market Lane, and you follow it. This is a prime location. It is right on the outer ring of Market Square. The trouble is, it's in super bad repair because it is one of the houses that were iced over pretty good. So there's a lot of like water damage after trying to get rid of the ice, and just damage in general from the debris falling between the dragon fight. So it's a pretty good shop. 5,000 you think is a steal for how big the shop is.
Yep.
But the big trouble is actually repairing it. So it will probably take Staravash all of the 5,000 gold pieces, and will take some time. But if you leave Staravash behind, I'm sure things will go quicker.
How much party fund do we have?
42,000.
I think we can afford to open a franchise.
Can we keep Lola behind, or what's her name?
Which one?
What's the kitty cat?
The cat, Lola.
Lola, can we leave Lola behind to make sure that Staravash behaves?
Yes. If Kinian or Minette asks Lola to stay behind, she will.
That wouldn't be my call. That's a Dan comment, not a Kenyan comment.
Fair.
But Kenyan's the captain of the ship, right?
But what Dan's saying is Kinian might not think about that.
Oh, true.
Plus, Kinian is actually in jail right now, so...
There's that.
Even more true.
Has anybody seen Kinian lately?
You've probably forgotten your sending ring that you have. Like, forgotten that you could send a message.
It's probably just singing through it.
Yeah.
Nobody knows the troubles I've seen. Nobody knows but Gramash.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure that there's kind of like a sign hanging above the cell, reserved for Kinian.
Yeah, at this point, probably.
And I just get up and walk out.
Yeah, you straighten the picture that's always there, and you've made it a second home.
It has like a "Have you seen me?" Then a picture of Kinian.
You like high five Daryl as you leave the.
Oh yeah.
It's a "Sell, sweet sell."
Yeah. Kyo.
Oh, the halcyon 10-day. Kyo's enjoying his retirement. He hasn't felt so at peace since his youth in Neverwinter. He's been spending his day working on improving irrigation systems in the fields near town, and helping about town, and enlightening the townspeople on child labor.
On how it's good.
How effective it is.
How children need jobs too. And Kyo started working when he was like 5. So, but anyways, he's been doing his whole magic trick shtick, and getting the kids to collect up rocks from the rubble from the destruction, and he turns them into like little dolls, and sometimes they poof away in a puff of smoke, and every once in a while a child gets a piece of dragon gold.
Yeah. What is dragon gold? Is that like
gold owned by Kyo?
Yeah, okay, there it is. Yeah.
Okay. And so that's what he's up to during the day, and then at night I've been working on the second still.
Okay.
And writing letters to other heads of state, from Prince Kyo to Dear Mithril Hall. And Kyo's been sending invitations to trustworthy kobolds that he knows to come into the town and start a new colony here.
Okay.
Because he was disturbed by the fact that there were no kobolds to help the town. Let's see, what else is he up to?
Yeah. Everyone's gonna have like a kobold problem.
Not a problem.
Might I suggest you order the obsidian flame to take care of that problem?
No. Well, it works as a network. You know,
Yeah.
they're the underground part of the Order of Obsidian Flame.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. You know,
Okay.
working on the new design of the ship with the 2 masts, the center section that gets to be added in. There's a water slide on it, and all sorts of cool stuff.
Nice. So it's day 10, or the day after day 10, and so day 11, and one of the things that you know that has transpired is over the last 10 days, the town has created a POW camp in the south side of town. It's right near Guard's Keep. They've set up kind of these slums, and there's question marks about what is going to happen with these people. You also have noticed that a big missing persons board has went up in Bell Market, and you've noticed a lot of people are asking, like, passerbys, have you seen this person, giving out flyers and stuff like that. And then right near the board is a soapbox of sorts, and a male human of dark complexion is standing on top of the soapbox, talking about how the city needs hope and that the city needs to come together in this time of need, and he's campaigning to become the speaker of the people, the position that was vacated through barbaric means right before the town's attack. That was the poor lady whose throat was slit and thrown off the top of the bell tower. I think this is something that, Tin, you walk by as you're following Drawl back. This old lady stops you, and she hands you a flyer with this really bad sketch of a human girl on it. She says, please, if you find my daughter, please bring her back here. She's been missing for a long time now. Please.
I take the flyer, look at it briefly, and then tell her that I will do my utmost to try to find her daughter, and if I do find her, certainly I will return her.
And you start to walk away, and she grabs you by the bicep, and she says, "No, you don't understand. She's been gone longer than all of these other people. She went missing before the dragon's attack. Please, keep an eye out for her."
I kind of put a little more sympathy in, more empathy in my response, and just kind of I think your daughter's probably dead, but I'm not going to tell you that, so I'll do what I can.
And after this quick conversation, you look back and Drawl is gone.
God damn it.
Hey, sorry to interrupt all the awesome action. This is DM Allen. I just want to quick say a big thank you to Incompetech. Incompetech.com has been absolutely fantastic. We use a lot of their music and sound effects and stuff like that. You should go check them out. Here's a quick sample. Like I said, they're really, really awesome. We really enjoy their work. Go check them out. That's Incompetech.com, and you can find all their information in our credits. I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Let's just get right back to the action. I think all four of you meet up in the tavern, and you realize that Kinian's not here.
Dudes, where's Kinian?
Hey, Kenny, where are you?
So bright.
I'm stumbling around the market right now with my headdress pulled way down, looking for my alchemy jug. Does anybody have a drink?
You see the alchemy jug over by the food line being used for
For the kids.
It's being used for condiments.
I drop to my knees and let out a Darth Vader. No.
I'm assuming we can hear that.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Everything for the reconstruction
We
effort.
go
you know?
and collect Kinian from the market.
And I take the alchemy jug, which is probably dispensing mayonnaise at this point. Gross. I drink it anyhow.
Even grosser.
Mayonnaise was a bad choice.
Creamy.
Kenyon, you know you can change that to other things, right?
This is gross tasting ale. And I keep drinking it.
It's awfully weak and thick.
It's not like you're not even getting drunk at all.
It's almost orcish because you can chew it. I've had worse.
It's like the fermented milk you grew up on.
Yeah. So what do you guys do?
I think we should go to Danivar's Inn and we should go check out what's in that basement because there's vampires in this city somewhere and I think the basement might lead us to them.
I think maybe that might be a wise choice.
I grab Kyo and I say, I've got this magical spell. Give me booze, I'll give you this spell.
What are you holding up?
I'm holding him in one hand off the ground.
Okay.
What are you holding up to him, though?
The piece of paper I woke up with that I can't make out. It must be arcane.
I'm excited at the idea of another spell.
Yeah.
So I quickly grab the scroll without even looking.
Okay.
Stuff it in my pocket, and then I pull my broom out of the bag of holding.
Okay.
And begin to fly with Kinian towards where I have the new still built.
Oh, okay.
And so we're going at 25 feet per round because it's overloaded.
And I'm smiling.
I'm kind of kicking a little bit to try and loose the mayo jug from his hand for one of my many I'm a little like a not evil Fagin from Oliver Twist right now. I have a whole pack of children that work for me, and I'm trying to dislodge it so one of them can get it as we float away, Mary Poppins style.
Okay.
22.
Ooh.
What sort of check
Do you want
would
me
this...
to do disadvantage?
So I'm going to do this as a sleight of foot.
It's 14 if I have a disadvantage.
I sleight of foot at an 11.
Okay.
I just try to catch it with one of my toe claws.
Yeah, so so even with Kinian's drunken state, you're trying to catch it,
he notices.
kick it away. Yeah, he notices right away.
It's the one thing he can focus on.
Yes, it has the potential of alcohol.
I'm not getting much off of this booze though.
So yeah, you get to the new still, and I don't know that anything would be ready. But you can try.
Well, the mash would be
Yeah.
going, but yeah.
Yep.
I imagine I'd naturally be at disadvantage, however, because I'm sober at the moment.
Oh God. Yeah. Yeah.
And I built this still as big as I could. It's like twice as tall as me. It's like 4 feet tall.
Oh shit. Big still.
Big still.
Yeah. Okay. And so you're reading the note, and you know what it says. Meet me in the pit, V.
Do I recognize the handwriting?
No, I don't think so. I don't think you all have gotten a letter from the Viper yet.
Is it loopy or scratchy or,
I imagine it to be nice, like nice and like loopy, and has a lot of flourish in it.
a lot of flourish?
Yeah.
So I can appreciate the skill,
Yeah. Yep.
being one who writes a lot.
I start hitting the still, like tapping it with my hand. How long is this gonna take?
6 to 8 weeks.
I walk away from Kyo. I'm gonna find a bar.
But I put the good stuff in there.
Hey, do you want to go to Danivar's house/inn/bar?
Dana bars! And I take off running down the street.
I let you guys know that I'll meet you at Danivar's. I'm gonna swing by newly purchased store and talk to the employees.
Okay.
Tell them that they should look for lost people.
The only employee that you currently have is Stairvash. And you have subcontractors that are working on tearing what they need to out and replacing what they need to in the shop. And Stairvash takes note.
Okay.
That's the first order of business after getting the shop up and running. So, describe how you guys want to go about this. You want to investigate the basement?
Yeah.
Okay. So far as you guys can tell, the only basement you've been able to see is when Draw goes down to the basement behind the counter. There's a pole, like a pole door in the floor, and then a really steep staircase.
Hey, Minette, do you see anything else? With your very good...
My sweet new perception skills that's nowhere near as good as yours.
Super sweet.
No, but I thought you had investigation.
That doesn't really help to see things.
Yeah.
Well, but I meant like
Why don't we all take a look
investigate,
around?
and
I
what
turn
do you
invisible.
see as you investigate?
Ooh, you turn invisible. Yeah, because you guys haven't gotten behind the bar yet. Like, the trick is getting down there.
Oh, it's easy. You just walk. They
Keo
don't see
just
you.
goes
Yeah.
right in. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you turn invisible. Do you bring Keo with you, or just you?
Well, I mean, it's just me because I've got the ring of invisibility that I'm finally going to
Oh,
utilize.
that's right. Okay.
So have I made my way over from the ship then?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I'll investigate the basement hatch. I presume there's nothing special about it.
Yeah,
Because
25. No.
It's just a basement hatch.
Yep, just a basement hatch.
Neat. Is anyone behind the bar with me?
Is there alcohol behind the bar?
Yeah, lots of alcohol.
I'm behind the bar.
Okay, there's one behind the bar. And he's got this super sweet bow tie on. And, yep, serving all the people drinks.
I open
Just him.
I open the hatch and slip down into the basement myself.
Okay. Yes.
I'm at the top of like the ladder. And
Okay.
just the hatch is closed and I'm just
Yep.
taking a look what I can see.
So the hatch is closed, and you see it's all completely dark down here. But you see a big mound of dirt in one of the corners. You see a bunch of boxes, like crates for food and stuff like that. Bunch of ale and stuff, and spirits. And then you see a table down there, and it's got some scrolls of paper on it. Give me a perception check, please.
7.
7. I mean, this is the basics of what you see. I mean, you do notice some footprints on the ground, but they're going every which way. They look like they're going to the crates and then going to the stairs.
So I ask Minette through the ring if there's anyone down there.
I don't see anybody. But hang on.
I try and make my voice real low.
Okay.
Say, hey, and see if anybody like responds down here.
You wait a couple seconds, and there's no response.
Okay, I ascend through the ring.
I think we're cleared down in the basement.
Okay.
I made my way down to the hatch and to going down in the basement.
I go with her.
Okay.
Is the proprietor here?
Not downstairs.
Does he
It's
see
actually
me behind the bar?
pretty empty downstairs. Who does?
Does anyone besides our party?
Yeah, there's like 2 patrons in here right now, and they don't look like regulars.
I stare them in the eye, and I start loading my quiver with bottles of hooch.
They'll never believe you as it just like disappears
Yes.
in your quiver.
How many bottles can I get into my quiver of Alona?
12. I rolled 2d6. You got the max.
Damn straight. Ghetto crit for the win.
Do you do this before or after we go down?
Before I leave the bar, because I've got I gotta get some to-gozies.
Like,
Yeah.
our
He's
Ken and I
probably
still
doing it
there?
Probably
while-
after, because he knows the goody goodies won't like it.
Okay.
And the whole time I'm staring the patrons down
Yeah.
while I'm doing it.
Yep.
Because I'm
Yeah.
a pirate.
Yeah. So you guys go down into the basement and let's see. Do protected have
Dark vision?
dark vision?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
What does
Passive perception 17.
what does a 26 perception get me?
Holy fuck.
Yeah, holy shit. You see everything I described to Minette, and then you also notice that a lot of the footsteps are actually ending in the center of the room.
I share what I noticed with everyone.
Sure.
So, I'd like to investigate the mortar on the brick.
Oh, okay.
It's an old kobold trick.
Okay.
We crack out the mortar and then you can slide the
Yeah,
side
the
of
bricks in
foundation.
and out. Yeah.
And that way you can get in and out of places. And so I investigated a not very good. So we're not even going to bother giving you a number.
Okay. All right.
But I'm scratching along the mortar.
Yeah, it's a nice mortar.
Yeah.
This mortar is nice.
'Cause I'd like to figure out why they all end in the middle, pretty much. I'm terrible at investigation. What does a 12 get me?
A 12. You can't really seem to figure it out. It seems odd that they are leaving, but yeah, probably maybe magic, maybe.
The scrolls on the table, am I able to kind of glance through those and see what they're
read
about?
through those. Yeah. Reading through those, you see a list of instructions. You also see a list of names, and they all have gray spine next to them, and some of them are crossed out. You see one of the instructions is like how to set a trap, and it's got a big like cursive A on it as like a signature, and like you're starting to investigate these, and Minette, you turn your head to the side almost, and you're like, how did they get a teleportation circle down here?
Wait, what?
Because he investigates at ridiculous, and and he understands that the only way that someone would leave down here is through a teleportation circle.
So, my detect magic lasts 10 minutes. Is it still within the 10 minutes?
Yes.
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 So, do I sense a magical sense?
Do
I get that tingle?
You get a faint tingle.
Faint tingle.
A faint tingle. So
there's a pile of dirt in one of the corners?
yeah.
I want to investigate that too.
Okay. So you go over to the pile of dirt, and you're just kind of like shuffling around in there. Go for it. Roll.
Stupid crack in the boards. 29.
29. Jesus. You don't find anything inside of there, and there's not really anything of note.
Where does it look like this dirt could have come from? It's just this random pile of dirt in a basement?
Yeah, I think with your background, I don't think that you could like nail down where it comes from. It's not quite similar to what you saw in the trenches. The dirt here is really red. It's got a lot of clay in it, and this is really rich black dirt. And it's a sizable amount.
Okay.
With the papers, as she puts them down, I'm going to pick them up and start looking at them myself. And do any of them have a V on them? I'm looking at the handwriting. And
No, and the handwriting's very, very different.
very different. Okay, and I just pocket them one at a time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I shake the alchemy jug And I say, why won't you give me alcohol? And alcohol starts coming out of it.
It's just like pouring on the ground, like out of one of the spouts. And I think you just like turn it and start like dumping it into your mouth. Like, oh shit, it is coming out. And then
like,
just,
ha ha!
But it just keeps coming out.
This makes me happy.
I think we need Alcoholics Anonymous for Kenny.
For Faerun.
Yeah.
So we can see like the whole basement is just that one room type thing. There's not different.
Yep, it's real open. I mean, there's supports down here to keep the floor up, but I mean, other than that,
Are there any
not a big
lanterns?
Lanterns? No, actually, there is no lanterns down here.
I'll just go to the center of the room then and alight a barrel with light.
Okay, with the spell light.
Yep.
Okay. And you see when you light this up, you see the faintest of markings in the dirt floor, and they've got scratches through them, almost like and Keo, you recognize it, and so does Manette. It looks like a teleportation circle that's been erased, like etched out, so that the magic is no longer there.
I'm gonna take the glass staff and kind of swing it over it, and it's gonna like hum and blow slightly.
Manette, can you make anything of these lines?
The lines that just make it not work?
Yeah.
Yeah, they make it not work.
I pull out my scrolls that I took from the inside of the barrel, and I compare the handwriting.
It's the handwriting itself completely different.
Symbols are similar.
Symbols are similar. Yes. You recognize that the anchor point though is different. It's definitely going somewhere else.
Both of you guys, are we able to figure out where this was teleporting people to?
No.
Darn.
No.
How teleportation circles work.
I say yes, not here.
Yeah.
Point to the spot on the other one. Yeah, I don't know where it goes.
Right.
I do know somebody who does, who could help us out. My friend who owns the bookstore.
She's a genius.
Can we talk to the police or Harper's Guild and get their last monthly statement of all of their teleportation activity?
They don't have the Patriot Act, so they don't track that kind of information.
Plus, their tower was destroyed.
Yeah, the tower was no reception here.
Kinian's getting bored, so he pulls out his new logbook and starts drawing a picture for day 11. It's a picture of the alchemy jug.
Nice.
With alcohol coming out of it.
Nice.
And I'm like,
well, at this point, I'm kind of thinking of going back up and just waiting for Danavar to come back and questioning him.
Okay. Does anybody else have things they want to do?
I'm gonna take a sample of the dirt.
Oh, a sample of the dirt. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Mark that down.
I visited Brickleworm.
Wait, Kinian, you visited Brickleworm?
Yeah.
Didn't he disappear? He left.
Oh.
Where did you visit him?
I don't remember. It's in my notes here. You see, and I point to like the worst drawing that you could possibly see of an actual brick with a worm crawling through it.
I look through your book and I'm like, dude, this makes no sense. What is this thing?
This is my log.
Rattle it off to me. Give me a
drunk, itchy and drunk, Brickleworm.
Try, Kinian. Remember, where did you meet Brickleworm?
Were you maybe forgetting that Brickleworm has a brother that looks just like him? Because we talked about this like a day or two ago.
And a day or two before that, and a day or two before that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I brought it up with him, and he said I was right. And I was smart. And that,
Fuck.
Brickleworm treats me better than you guys.
and that I should see through your lies.
The important thing here is that we figure out what you talk to the Viper, Brickleworm, about.
Well, there's this little Oh, I missed this. Treasure.
That's a
Treasure.
interesting thing for you to miss.
I must have been talking to him about treasure. And I start running out of the room.
Are you running towards the Viper's pit?
Treasure! And you hear
Yeah.
like
Treasure, 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 treasure.
through the ring.
I follow him.
All right.
And this is why I don't wear the ring.
Yeah.
Treasure!
I wonder if Manette's questioning the ring choices now.
I wish there was a way to mute.
Is there an ignore option?
So
I'm just gonna
I
ghost
want a
Kenyon.
button. I want a button that just deactivates Kenyon's send ability on the ring.
So you guys run off after Kenyon, and Kenyon, you get to the Viper's pit. The messed up half-orc dwarfman lets you in. When you get inside of the place, one of the bartenders that are on the outer ring of the den that surrounds the pit says, Kenyon, what are you doing here? I thought you were going with the Viper. You don't remember? You promised you would help him out with getting that dragon horde.
Dragon treasure! Through the ring.
Oh gosh.
We would have arrived by now.
Yeah. He says, you might want to catch up to him. He left a couple days ago. Hey, thank you so much for listening. What a fantastic episode. We cannot wait for next week's episode. We hope you stick around to find out what happens next. If you want to find out more about the show, about our characters, or things like that, go check us out on dmstable.com/RWA. DM's Table has awesome blogs. They've got cool information on there about writing new adventures and things around D&D. You can find a giant archive on all our episodes. DM's Table has got information on how to contact us through Twitter or Facebook or things like that. Go check it out, and we'll see you out on the internet. See ya.